How often do you think about your heart health? Are you aware of the risks of cardiovascular disease? Well, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Cardiovascular diseases, encompassing coronary heart disease and stroke, claim the top spot as the leading cause of death in the United States. Particularly at risk are Blacks and Hispanics in underserved communities. It's a sobering reality, isn't it? But there's good news. Cardiovascular disease is largely preventable. Stay tuned to learn how you can keep your heart beating strong. Heart Smarts, a health program, is here to empower you to live a heart-healthy lifestyle. This program is not just about information, but about transformation. It offers a comprehensive approach to help you understand and achieve heart health. Heart Smarts is committed to reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death in the United States. The program focuses on underserved communities where the risk of heart disease and stroke is greatest. Through education and empowerment, Heart Smarts aims to turn the tide on these statistics. It's a call to action, a call to change, a call to live healthier, longer lives. Heart Smarts is about arming you with the knowledge and tools you need to make heart-smart choices every day. It's about the power of prevention and the promise of a healthier future. Remember, Heart Smarts is not just a program, it's a life-changing journey. It's about taking control of your health, one heartbeat at a time. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to these stories from people who have benefited from Heart Smarts. Imagine being told you're at risk for heart disease, a leading cause of death in the United States. Now picture having the knowledge and tools to combat that risk head-on. For people like Maria, a single mother from an underserved community, Heart Smarts was a beacon of hope. The program informed decisions about her heart health, ultimately reducing her risk of cardiovascular diseases. And then there's John, a middle-aged man who was once a prisoner of his poor lifestyle choices. For him, Heart Smarts was not just a program, but a lifesaver. It opened his eyes to the risks he was taking and gave him the push he needed to commit to a healthier lifestyle. These are not just testimonials, they are life-changing stories. Stories of empowerment, resilience, and triumph over heart disease. These are real stories from real people who have seen the impact of Heart Smarts in their lives. Are you ready to be the next success story? Your heart health is in your hands, and with Heart Smarts, you have the power to make a difference. It's time to take that first step towards a healthier lifestyle, a step that could redefine your future. Heart Smarts is not just an ally, it's a beacon, guiding you to make informed decisions for your heart health. So why wait? The path to a healthier heart is just a click away. You'll find the link to Heart Smarts right down in the description below. Start your journey towards a healthier heart today with Heart Smarts.
Remember the days of 1989? The Berlin Wall fell, the World Wide Web was invented, and a little show called Seinfeld made its debut. Picture this, a show about nothing. Sounds absurd, right? Yet that's exactly what Seinfeld was. And it was in that absurdity that we found a refreshing wave of humor and relatability. As the brainchild of Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld, Seinfeld was a sitcom that dared to be different. It wasn't about a family or a workplace or a group of friends navigating their 20s. No, Seinfeld was about everyday life, about the little things that, when observed closely, are hilariously peculiar. When Seinfeld first aired, it was met with mixed reviews. Critics were unsure what to make of this eccentric show that seemed to lack direction. But as the seasons progressed, so did the show's popularity. Audiences began to appreciate the humor in the mundane, the comedic genius in the show about nothing. The characters, too, were a departure from the usual sitcom archetypes. Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer weren't particularly likable or moral, but they were real. They were selfish, neurotic, and often found themselves in absurd situations, much like us. And it was this authenticity that made them endearing to audiences. Seinfeld was also a game changer in terms of its narrative style. It often employed storylines that intersected in unexpected ways, leading to comedic chaos. This nonlinear storytelling was a breath of fresh air in the sitcom space and has since been employed by many shows that followed. But perhaps the most significant aspect of Seinfeld was its impact on popular culture. From yada 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 to no soup for you, Seinfeld gave us catchphrases that are still part of our lexicon today. It gave us moments that we still laugh about and characters that we still quote. Thus began the era of Seinfeld, a sitcom that would redefine the genre and leave its mark on popular culture. So let's dive into those unforgettable moments that made Seinfeld a classic. During the early years, Seinfeld was still finding its footing, experimenting with unique storylines that would later become its signature. The first 3 seasons were a treasure trove of memorable moments that set the groundwork for the show's legendary status. In the very first season, we were introduced to the show about nothing concept in the episode The Stakeout. Jerry and George stake out a woman's workplace so Jerry can accidentally bump into her. It was in this episode that we first saw the show's unique ability to turn everyday situations into comedic gold. Season 2 brought us The Chinese Restaurant, an episode entirely set in real time, where the gang waits for a table at a Chinese restaurant. The episode was groundbreaking for its time, demonstrating that humor could be found in the mundane. The 3rd season gave us The Parking Garage, another real-time episode, this time